everyone. My name is Maral Hilaire, and I'm the Director of Instructional Services and External Programs, and I'm really excited that you have decided to take concurrent enrollment courses through SMC. Please, please, please make sure that you listen to this entire orientation. We have some valuable information that is really going to help you out this summer.
And hi everyone, my name is Amy Lem. I'm a Santa Monica College counselor, and I work typically with Samo High and Olympic High seniors, so some of you may already know me. And I'm going to support you guys during your summer semester. So if you guys have any questions, know that I am your go-to person. And I have limited availability during the summer, so if I am unavailable on one of the days that you need some help, there's also general counseling available to you as well. So you'll see on the screen my email address, so if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. I also have a tiny URL link on the screen if you would like to make a phone appointment with me. I offer those throughout the summer as well. And if I'm unavailable at the time that you're requesting, you can also speak with any general counselor at SMC. We have general counselors that are available Monday through Friday at limited times throughout the day, where you can just enter your phone number and you'll get a phone call back from the first available counselor. So that website is smc.edu/counseling.
And if you still have questions or need additional assistance, you could always reach out to me. And then my email is hyeler_maral@smc.edu. So why take concurrent enrollment courses? One, you want to get your high school credits, but taking concurrent enrollment classes and taking the courses at SMC will also allow you to start your college career. So some of you have taken concurrent enrollment classes in the past, but some of you are new to this. So as you take and complete your SMC courses, these courses will start your college transcript. So you'll get college credit. And you'll get college credit without having to take an AP test. Because at the high school, if you wanted to get college credit for your high school courses, that would mean that you would need an AP course. It's also free tuition. So all of the tuition is paid for. And all you have to do is pay for your books and some of your fees.
All right, so to get started with your college course, you'll want to make sure that you have access to 3 really important resources. That is your Coursera Connect account, which is where you have enrolled in your class, your Canvas account, which is where you're going to be completing your coursework, and your SMC email, which is really important for communicating with the college, your professors, and other peers as well. So to log into Coursera Connect, you will just go to our homepage and there's a little login button, or you can go straight to smc.edu/cc. You're going to log in with your SMC ID number for the first time. Your password is going to be your 6-digit birth date. So if you've already logged in, then it's going to be the password that you've created. Once you log into Coursera Connect, you will see a couple of icons. You'll see an icon on the left-hand side that says SMC Gmail, and if you click on that, you will be directed to log into your inbox. So to know your username, that is found on your Coursera Connect homepage. If you scroll down kind of towards the bottom, you will see your own unique username. Usually it's your last name _ first name, and sometimes it's _ part of your middle name. So you can usually just copy and paste that username and put it into that SMC Gmail login, and then your password will be your Coursera Connect password. So that is how you access your SMC Gmail account. If you do have a smartphone, I highly recommend that you add that email account to your smartphone. You can do that by downloading the free Gmail app and adding that as an email account. And then last but not least, to access your coursework, you will log into Canvas, which is the same exact username and password as your email. So you'll go to smc.edu/Canvas, and there's a bunch of resources on Canvas as well if you'd like to look up some student resources on how to take a quiz in Canvas, how to participate in discussion, any kind of IT help. There's that webpage is also the login webpage as well as the support webpage for Canvas. So you'll log in with your username and your Coursera Connect password, and on the first day of class, you'll be able to see all of the classes that you're enrolled in for summer and click on them and be able to complete all of the necessary coursework. And remember, if you guys have any questions about logging into Canvas, you're having some trouble getting in, there is a 24/7 Canvas help desk line that we have on the screen and that number is accessible also on the Canvas website.
Now, the next slide is college expectations. So as we mentioned, you are taking a college class, so things are a little different than they would be in a high school course. One difference is a course syllabus. So our college faculty consider their course syllabus to be the guide for the course. So you're going to find a lot of information within this document, and we highly encourage all of you to really read it entirely the first day of class. Mark down all the dates and deadlines that are critical. They also list all the reading that you have to do for your course. The faculty members' contact information is on there. Their office hour and the link to their office hours would be on there. Course expectations are on there. How they're grading you for the course will be on there, and much, much more. So please take time to really look at that document and make sure that you have access to it throughout the semester.
And in terms of attendance, you might be wondering, okay, where do I go on the first day of class? Since classes in summer are going to be virtual, you will be studying from the safety of your home, so you won't necessarily be going anywhere except for logging into Canvas. So like I previously mentioned on the other slide of logging in regularly, you'll want to log in on the first day of class to make sure that you don't get dropped from the course, because that counts as your first day of attendance. So make sure that you've troubleshooted your login so that you're ready to go on the first day of class and you're logged in early. Attendance is mandatory if you have any scheduled Zoom sessions. And like Maral was mentioning, you will know if your professor has scheduled Zoom meetings because they'll usually list that in your syllabus, or they'll announce it in the announcement page in Canvas. So if there are any scheduled Zoom meetings for lecture, make sure that you're signing in at those Zoom meetings on time. Another rule of thumb is to log into Canvas every day. So you may or may not have work. You probably will have work to do every day, but just in case, make sure you are staying on top of any announcements, any deadlines, and a good rule of thumb is just making sure that you've logged in every single day in your class. If you can't log in, maybe there's something happening with your family or there's an emergency, any kind of extenuating circumstances that are preventing you from getting in, maybe something's happening with your Wi-Fi, make sure you're trying to communicate with your professor to let them know like, hey, this is going on and I won't be able to log in for 2 days straight, just so that your professor is aware of what's going on, and because your professor can see how many minutes you are spending in Canvas and when's the last time you've logged in. So make sure you're communicating and being proactive if something comes up and it's preventing you from logging into Canvas. In terms of study time, it's a little bit different from high school. Usually in high school, you spend a lot of time in class, maybe less time doing homework, and you're just doing way more in-class activities. In college, it's usually reversed. You're spending less time, quote unquote, in class, and you're spending more time outside of lecture doing the homework, reading, doing writing assignments. So make sure that you are scheduling in your study time and that you're doing a good amount of study time every single day, just to set a good time management routine for yourself. And that also helps you not fall behind, which can make you feel like, oh, I'm falling behind, I'm getting a poor grade. Make sure that you're logging in regularly and scheduling in that study time.
So to continue our college expectations, communication is critical, especially in this remote world that we are offering these courses in. You need to make certain that you are checking your SMC email account. The college instructors are not going to be emailing you to your personal email. They might email you the first week just to say hello, but after that, all communication will happen through your SMC email account, which Amy talked about earlier. So what to do when you're sending an email to a faculty member? This is the other very important piece. Many faculty members at the college teach multiple courses, so you don't want to send an email that doesn't have your name, your ID number, or the course that you're enrolled into. A lot of times I get emails with, hello, I need help, but no one mentions their name, their ID, or what they need. And it's really, really difficult to identify how to help this individual when I don't have information about them. So make sure that you have all the critical pieces like your name, ID number, the course that you're a part of, and what your question is. Your college professor might also communicate with you through the Canvas inbox or your SMC Gmail account. So make sure that you are constantly checking both of them for any kind of communication. And the most important part of this too is Faculty have designated office hours via Zoom, so please utilize those office hours. Do not be afraid to ask for help. They are aware that you haven't taken a college class before and are here to help you. So please, please, please go and seek their assistance. Managing your own enrollment. This is another piece that's very different than a high school course. In a college course, there are different deadlines. There's one deadline where you could drop without a W, and that's usually within the first week of the course. If you are taking a 3-week history course, this will happen on the first day. And the reason why students do this is they enroll into a course, and for whatever reason they decide, that they don't want to keep the course. They can then drop the course and nothing will appear on your college transcript. After that date has passed, there's a second drop date, and that is to drop with a W. Now you're all probably wondering, what is a W grade? A W grade just means withdrawal, and it does not get calculated into your GPA. The course will show up on your transcript as a W, and a college might see that as you attempting to take a course, and necessarily no GPA implications will take place. So it just shows up that you tried the course but then never completed it. Now back to what that second W date is. It is critical that you are aware of the different drop dates. Some of your faculty members might put these dates in their course syllabus, but some might not. You can obtain these dates by going onto your Coursera Connect account and looking up the drop deadlines. If you, for whatever reason, are not doing well in the course, this is your opportunity to drop the course and have a W rather than a D or an F, which would be the preferred grade, because it will not get calculated into your GPA. But before you get there, you need to monitor your grades throughout the semester. Your faculty member will have a Canvas gradebook, and you can check your grades there at all times. If you are falling behind or need assistance, please make sure to reach out to your faculty member.
Another big college expectation is that you will have academic integrity. So as you enrolled in your summer classes, you probably already accepted the student honor code. That means that you've accepted that you are going to adhere to any academic integrity standards set by our college. So basically what this means is that you will produce original work. So you are your own unique individual. Our college expects that any kind of writing or any work that you produce is going to be really based off of your own mind and what you've created. So one of the most common ways that students can break this code is, copying and pasting a sentence or two from a website. That would be probably the most common, or obviously cheating on an exam when an exam's not supposed to be open book, using your resources. So sometimes this honor code will be featured in your course syllabi, but just know, even if it's not featured in a course syllabi, this is something that you must adhere to. So that just means academic honesty, so being honest for the work that you're producing. So plagiarism is not accepted at SMC, and so if you are going to use any work that is not your own, so for example, you're taking a course and you're doing some research and you find some really interesting information on the internet, and you want to use some of that work, you can try to summarize that work if it's in your own words, but make sure that you're also using citations. So if you haven't learned about citations yet, we do have English tutors that could be available to you if you want to learn more about citations. And Meral's going to go over some academic resources as well through our library. Our library is a really great resource for how to use academic citations if you want to use another person's work and incorporate that into your work. That also means for the honor code, speaking up. If you see any of this going on in your class with your peers, speaking up, letting your instructor know, and also respecting your peers as well. You may be in a class where you are asked to discuss or talk about different concepts, and just know that your peers may have opinions that are different from yours. So making sure that you're having an open mind and that you're discussing topics with the basis of respect for not only yourself and your own ideas, but for your peers and your instructor as well.
FERPA and communication. So we understand that all of you are under the age of 18, but since you have enrolled into a college class, you will be treated like an adult. I know that sounds a little scary, but at the college, we really want students, even students under the age of 18, to really act and behave like adults and advocate for themselves. So FERPA restricts parents from reaching out to your faculty members and asking questions on your behalf. For that reason, we really need all of you to reach out to your faculty and communicate with your faculty if you need help or have any questions. This is your opportunity to start speaking up and being confident and becoming that adult, because in a few years you're going to be going off to college and everyone's going to expect you to take care of yourself and to do all that you need to do to be a successful student. And this is your opportunity to try it out. Like I mentioned before, our faculty know that you are under the age of 18 and they're here to help you and support you. So please reach out to them and be confident. If you need any help, Amy and I could also assist you with any kind of communication that you need from the faculty or to the faculty, etc. But we really want you to take initiative and to advocate for yourself. If for whatever reason your parents want to see where you are and how you're doing with your grades, you can log them on to the Canvas gradebook and show them your progress. And again, your parents can be invited to meetings with the faculty member, but you also have to be there. They cannot meet without you. So acting like a college student is next on my list. You know, we're in a remote world, we're on Zoom, so please make sure to always use Zoom etiquette. And like Amy said, respect your fellow students that are in the class. Some of the courses will also have adult content, and we expect you to act appropriately. I know sometimes we get a little uncomfortable with that kind of stuff, but we expect you to act accordingly. And if you have any questions or things make you uncomfortable, please reach out to your instructor again. So campus resources, Amy kind of touched on this already. You have the bookstore link right there so that you can purchase your books. Some of your courses have an open resource book, which is a free book. So your faculty members will send you a link. The library has 24/7 chat that you can obtain, and also lots of free online databases for your research. We also have online tutoring. By going to the link and going to the different tutoring centers, you can find out the different Zoom links for the different times that you can obtain tutoring.
Now, if you have an IEP or a 504 in high school, or you need any kind of accommodations, maybe you have a medical situation that's happening this summer, you can submit that IEP or 504 or medical documentation to our DSPS office. And this would be to see if you are eligible for any kind of accommodations in your college course. So as a reminder, your college faculty or your college instructors will not know any kind of personal information about you. So if you're used to receiving any kind of accommodations in high school, just know that that will have to be applied for separately in this college course. So to do that, if you have an IEP or 504, make sure you're following these 3 easy steps. First, you'll visit our DSPS website, which is on the screen. It's just smc.edu/DSPS. And you can download a PDF application, which is fillable. So you can just type in your application information, save it, and email it to our DSPS office, along with a copy of either your medical documentation, IEP, or 504 plan. You'll then be contacted by DSPS to make an appointment with a DSPS counselor, where they're going to discuss what information is in your IEP or 504 to consider what kind of accommodations could you be needing for your college course. Once that's approved, they draft a formal letter, and then you can go ahead and give that letter to your college faculty, your professor, and let them know, hey, this is my accommodation that I'm requesting for my course. It could be something like extra time on your tests, or it could be a note taker. And then they would provide that accommodation for you in your course.
So once you're at the end of your courses, your high schools are going to ask for your transcript. So the transcript information is below. You can order your official transcript at the link that we've included, and you can also get a copy of your transcript by going to Coursera Connect. The most important thing that we really want you all to remember is that your grades, the grade that you get in this course, will be on your permanent college transcript forever. And I really do mean forever. So let's say you stop taking courses and you go off into the work world, and then you decide when you are 80 years old that you want to take college classes again. Guess what? That grade will still be there. So it's a little different than high school, because in high school you have your 4 years, you apply to the 4-year school or your community college, and all your high school grades get left behind. When you're taking a college class, it stays there forever. So we really want you all to be mindful of how you're doing. Give it your 100%, because you wouldn't be doing this course if we didn't believe in you. So we have approved you, your counselors have approved you, we all know that you could do great work, but just remember, if for whatever reason things are not going the way that you planned, you have both of us as a resource, and you also have the option to drop the course. So don't forget that piece. And continue to track your grades and your progress, and reach out to your faculty members if a grade that you receive in an assignment is not necessarily the grade that you are hoping to get. They are there to help you.
And then, oh, sorry, I was gonna mention too something, Merle, if you want to go back for transcripts, that website too will show you how to view both unofficial and official. So you'll just want to work with your high school once you've completed the course. If you want to get high school credit, they may ask you for an official transcript. So you can request that. There's an electronic process where you request an official transcript to be sent to your high school so that you can receive high school credit. And then when you graduate high school, if you're applying to a 4-year university or any college, they may request also, if you have any college coursework completed, you'll have to request an SMC official transcript. You do the same thing. You just go back to this website and request another official transcript to send it to your university. And this college coursework will follow you to when you attend whatever college you attend after high school.
So we just wanted to wish you a great summer. And again, don't forget to ask for help. We're both here to support all of you during the summer. And good luck, and keep us posted on how well you do. Have a great day.